good, everybody? Welcome back to the Monday live stream with me, Fragrance Dude, aka Randy, if you don't, or Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, if you haven't been here before. Make sure to hit that like on the way in. It takes 2 seconds. Also, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Also, there's going to be a live chat, so make sure you pay attention to that. And in there, make sure to tell me what your scent of the day is. Today, I went simple. It's not a nice day. It's a kind of like cool, rainy day. So I decided to go with the original light blue, just something fresh and clean. Um, they said that the new release, the 2025 version of this, was supposed to, like, I saw it on Curly Fragrance's channel and a couple other channels saying that they reformulated it and that it's beast mode and stuff. I tried this at the new version of it with the new atomizer. It has a blue cap. It's a bit taller, and the atomizer is now pressurized. I tried it, and it lasted the same. It smelled the same. I mean, maybe it was like a half hour or more. It was not noticeable. So if there is this rumor out there that it's like a beast mode fragrance now, I'm pretty sure, I mean, don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure that they were being paid by Dolce & Gabbana to say that information. But with that said, there's not really any of a difference with it. It's still Dolce & Gabbana light blue, and it still lasts like 3 to 4 hours. It's not a long lasting fragrance. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Today we are going to be doing, so about 3 months ago, I got sent by the owner a $350 gift card to have you guys pick the fragrances that I'm going to be doing on a live stream. And you guys decided it was either between Baby Cat and Creed Centaurus. And the other one was, I can't remember the other one, but that one was out of stock. And you guys ended up going with Baby Cat because it was tied afterwards. And then we did a poll after, and you guys chose Baby Cat, which I picked up. It's right up there. And then the other one was out of stock. It was Lorenzo Pizzaglia Sangria. But because that was out of stock, I ended up picking up Une Nuit Nomade Sugar Leather, which I didn't know what it was about. I never smelled it before. It just sounded good, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to grab that. And man, am I glad that I did. That fragrance, it smells like if you took Angel Share and mixed it together with Parfums de Marly Wajon, and then kind of made this like soft, very soft leather underneath. It's a more calming scent, not like super sweet in your face like the other ones. So I ended up really liking that. And so what I did today was I had some affiliate money that you guys, from all the purchases, that I just cashed it out. I figured we would do another haul today. This time, I already know that one of the fragrances is Lorenzo Pizzaglia Sangria. That's already on my list because it is in stock now. So you guys can help me with the other ones. I have some in mind, which I'll tell you guys once I get through the chat. But yeah, let me know what your scent of the day is. We'll get through the chat, and then we'll get to doing that. Not really much on the agenda today. I have Mike from Fragrance Fraternity is coming on next week. And then I'm pretty sure either the week after that or the week. So there's going to be 2 weeks. 1 week is going to be with Mike from Day 3 Fragrances, if he's available. And then we might have Ross from TLTG if he's available as well. We're going to do like a 3-way live stream if Ross is available. If not, it's just me and Mike. And then the other live stream is going to be with Novice Nose. Is a smaller reviewer in the community that has been a member of the channel for a while, and so he's going to be on the live as well at some point in time. So anyway, Gian, what's going on, man? Scent of the day is To Me Atlas. Can't go wrong with that. I tried To Me. Is it Continuum? That stuff is really good. I have a list for things that I want to pick up on future purchases. Because we are heading into the spring season, To Me Continuum is not something that you want to pick up headed into the spring, the warmer months. So I put that on my fall list to pick up this year. That fragrance is actually really good. If you guys haven't tried it, go out, and if you can. I know they have it at my Von Mar, which is a new store that opened up near me. So if you can try To Me fragrances, try To Me Continuum. That's a good fragrance. What's going on, Jason? At the end of the day is Jasada Ambassador Intense. Can't go wrong with that. It's kind of like their version of Sauvage Elixir, but I actually like it better. It has the Sauvage Elixir, but it's not as powerful. And then you mix it with that DNA from the original Ambassador, which I really like. Always, we have AS at the beginning. He always comes in and then says, have a good live stream. But anyway, he says, Scent of the day is Mebisu Passion Island. I'm going to tell you guys, I have about 6 fragrances on the way right now. I'll tell you them in a second. That is one of them. We'll watch replay tomorrow, as always. Have a great picks, great live and frag picks. Hit the like button. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. We got Joel. What's going on, man? Just saw you over in Ross's live. He got Loewe's Paula's Ibiza. I actually was wearing earlier this morning Loewe 7 Cobalt. That stuff is really nice. And on the live stream with Mike from Fragrance Fraternity, that's one of the fragrances I sent him. What's going on, Johnny Pump? Scent of the day is Liquid Brun because it's cold out. Yeah, it's. I had a long day today because my car, I have 2 cars right now, and the one car is leaking gasoline, the other car is leaking oil. And so we found out that after taking my car back 3 times, because they changed the oil, and then we ended up having a leak, and we took it back, and then they were like, we can't find a leak. I think it was just spillage. So we brought it home again. Oh, it's still leaking. So then we took it back, and he was like, yeah, I can't find the leak. And I was like, well, then I'm taking it to somewhere more professional, I guess. And then I took it, and within about 30 seconds, they found out that it was a leak from an oil pan hole, which I'm thinking is probably caused by the guy that was there originally. But so I had that issue. The gas from the other car is just, it's a catastrophe. And then with the car with the oil, we also found out that we have leaking coolant. And these cars are 6 or 7 years old or less. It's ridiculous. But anyway, Liquid Brun is a very good fragrance. Hope you enjoy it. What's going on, Riken? How you doing, man? Scent of the day is Azara, the Most Wanted Parfum. One of the best fragrances of, 2023? Or was it 2022? Can't remember. All I know is I was the first one to review it on YouTube, and that was exciting. That's pretty much how I started my channel. Is like 500 subscribers, and then I got that in, and it had like 10,000 views. I was really excited about it, but it's a great scent. What's going on, Donald? To me, hello again, rocking Greenley today. That's actually one of the fragrances that I want to pick up. I had a 20 milliliter of Greenley that I had a 20 milliliter last year. I went through all of it. Then right when I was about to buy it this year, another person who was sending me a bunch of decants at the time sent me another 20 milliliters of Greenley. If I have 20 milliliters, I'm not buying the bottle. But I am out of that now, so I'm thinking about getting a bottle of that, so possibly, but it's a great scent. Moel, do you like beaver tails? What? Very confused by that. Who's Moel? And it's funny that you said beaver tails because my last name is Beaver. About to buy a Moscow Mule from Perfume Box. Thinking about including Nitro White so I get free shipping. Got any promo code for that site? Not Perfume Box. They actually reached out to me about the Nitro Red Intense. They said that they wanted to do a collaboration. I said, yeah, I'm fine with doing that. If you're going to send me the bottle, why not? But they haven't got back to me yet because I did ask, in order to do the collaboration, I always need a discount from for you guys for the subscribers. And so once they respond to me, I can let you know, but it's been about a week and they haven't responded, so I don't know how fast they're going to get back to me. But at this point in time, I don't. I know you might be able to ask Josh at Elroy Prepson on Instagram. I know he has a Perfume Box thing, and he might have a discount code. I'm not 100% sure, though. What's up, Mike? Scent of the day is Aqua de Jo Absolute. Fantastic fragrance. If you guys can see, can you see? No. I have my bottle of Aqua de Jo Absolute, and then I went to Ulta about 3 months ago whenever it discontinued, and I bought 3 bottles of it. So I have 3 boxes of Aqua de Jo Absolute behind me that I got for $40 a piece. And I'm keeping those things, and I'm selling them away once they're like $300. What's going on, David? Scent of the day is Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. Great choice. I just checked earlier. I can suggest something, but everything I wanted to suggest were sold. That's funny. Speaking of you, Joel, Mike from Fragrance Fraternity gave you your apples. He said that one of the fragrances he sent me that leaked that I could smell that I really liked. It's called Kaltat Night. It's Khaltat Night. I love it. I could smell it from leaking because I don't try them until the live stream, but that one leaked like horribly, and I smelled it, and it's like almost like a cherry Wajan. I love this stuff. It's so good, and he said I'm going to give my props out to Joel because he was the one who gave him that information. So if you guys haven't tried Kaltat Night, you guys definitely should, or Kaltat. I don't know how it's said. Welcome to Mo's. What's up, assholes? Wishing you all well. What's going on, Mo? Hopefully you're doing well. Anthony is wearing Abbey Rouge Spirit. Oh, Anthony, how is that one? Isn't that the new one? Let me know what you think of it because I liked Abbey Rouge Privé. Abbey Rouge Privé was nice. While I don't wear it very much, I really enjoyed that scent. I did not like the Parfum. Abbey Rouge Parfum came last year. I thought it was going to be a gourmand fragrance like a lot of people were saying, but it wasn't. So, and there was a leak in the bottle, and so I ended up getting a refund from News Parfums. But I saw the notes for Abbey Rouge Spirit, and it looked nothing like the other ones, and I was planning on possibly picking it up, but then I was thinking to myself, if it has that Abbey Rouge DNA in it, it might not fit well. So please let me know, is it good? And does it have the Abbey Rouge DNA in it? Like a strong amount. But yeah, I hopefully you're still here and you can answer that question. What's up, Chris? Naughton and Wilson Arezzo. I saw you earlier. I saw it pop up on my phone. I was outside weed whacking and I saw it pop up on my phone. I thought you said Azzaro. And if I didn't have stuff all over my hands, I would have commented. I thought you said Azzaro because I've never heard of Arezzo or Naughton and Wilson before. But yeah, I thought you said Azzaro for some reason. But hopefully it's a good one. Johnny Pump bought the 10 milliliter of Tres Oros. I remember hearing a live stream. They take the amount off from the decant you buy, or is it the same? Hold on, let me reread that. My mind was playing tricks on me. I remember hearing on a live stream, they take the amount off from the decant you buy, or is it the sample size you buy? I'm confused on what you're saying. I remember hearing on a live stream, they take the amount off from the decant you buy, or is it from the sample size you buy? What amount off are we talking about, though? Like, did you have a coupon or something? I'm confused by what that means. John, if you could re-say that, because I'm not quite sure what you're saying. What's up, Barry? Sound of the day is Xerjoff Via Cavour 1. One I haven't tried before. I'm trying to get more into Xerjoffs this year, though. I have 4. I've tried probably 10, maybe 12. I want to get more into Xerjoffs to at least the fresher ones until I get into the fall. But I do want to get more Xerjoffs in my collection, those and Suspiro. So I'm trying to at least get some decants of both. So if that's one that you would recommend, if it's fresh, I would like to try it. My favorites are 19 Degree, Atlas, and Continuum, the only 3 I have. My favorites are Continuum and Awakened Distilled, but I don't like 19 Degree. My whole family hates 19 Degree, like so bad. What's going on, Jeff? How you doing, buddy? Bought a lot lately. 100 milliliters of Room 105 Wave Child and 10 milliliters of Suspiro Basso. It's another one I want to try, Suspiro Basso. But Room 1015 by Wave Child. I heard you mention that before. Let's see. Are we almost at the bottom? I'm not sure. Brian B. What's up, man? Wearing Creed Original Vetiver today. Vetiver is perfect for a rainy day. It certainly is. I was actually looking for a Vetiver scent earlier, and I realized how much my collection is lacking in vetiver. I literally don't have one scent that's called something vetiver outside of commodity vetiver, which isn't even that good. I mean, it's nice, but it's not even the greatest one. I've tried Guerlain's vetiver. I need to get a bottle of it. It's just when I get decants, sometimes I get too many at one time and I forget the things that I have. But vetiver is a great one. I mean, I have fragrances with vetiver in it. It's just not as the main accord for the most part. I mean, there's some Parfums de Marly's that have a strong vetiver in the dry down, but for the most part, not really. And And so now that you're saying that, Original Vetiver is one of those ones that I would easily buy. Same with Roja Vetiver. And there's a lot. Oh, that's for Jeff. His name is Jeff. I can't justify 110 for Dusk. I agree. I like Dusk, but I wouldn't justify over $100 for it. I completely agree with you. Even though I do like the bottle, so the presentations sometimes pay for themselves. Oh, this is such a good drink. Look, the people at my Starbucks really like me. They write my name and put hearts on it. I don't know why. The two girls, and anytime the two girls that are working there, they always put my name with two hearts on it. 21 Jump Street. It's funny. I love 21. If that's what you're talking about, 21 Jump Street. Whenever they're high on whatever that drug is, and he goes, and you hear like the sound of a cruise ship. Oh, I love that. That's one of the best parts of any movie. Oh, what's up? Mike was just actually talking about you. Your ears are probably burning. That was another thing. Mike, I was going through the decants because somebody was mentioning vetiver to me earlier, and then somebody just mentioned vetiver in the live chat. And I was like, I gave Mike a list of all of the fragrances that I was interested in. And the one that I was looking for today, because people were mentioning vetiver, was the Mancera Vetiver Sensual or whatever, and I was like, damn, he didn't send that one. I did tell him to pick and choose which ones to send, so I can't fault him for that, but it just figures the one that was on the list that he didn't choose was the one that I was looking for today. But anyway, Mike, hopefully you're doing well. Everybody go follow him if you haven't already, and same with Jeff from SoCal Sense. Make sure to go follow him. You should get Narcotica and Narco Oasis Extrait and City Rhythm 2654 Extrait at Venba. They're spring, summer, tropical. I have a shit ton of City Rhythm fragrances. I've tried 2654 already. And Narcotica, Narco Oasis, I feel like I have a decant of that as well. But those aren't on. So I'll tell you guys before I get to the bottom, the ones that are on my list, at least the ones that I'm thinking like, I'm going to narrow it down and you guys can help me if you see something you're like, wait, you actually have to buy that. So with we have $350, like $368 I think is the total. I know Lorenzo Pizzaglia Sangria is one of them. That's $149 out of the rest. So I was thinking either a 4.2 ounce Parfums de Marly Greenley and Essential Parfums Bois Imperial mixed together with the Lorenzo Pizzaglia Sangria, because then I can use the 5% off code using Venba. It's like Venba 5, and then you would get, it would be like $370 or something. Or instead of Greenley and Essential Parfums, I could get Creed's Bois de Portugal mixed together with Lorenzo Pizzaglia Sangria. Or the other ones that I was thinking was Clive Christian's Rock Rose, which I was going to steal from Jeff, but I think he ended up liking it. And there's a couple other ones, but I'll pull that up in a second. But those are some of the ones that I want you guys to know that I'm really looking forward to possibly getting, which is like a mouthful. But Cosmic Pepper, he sent that to me on the last one. I liked it, but I didn't love it. It was way overhyped for me, well, for what it smelled like. To me, it was a very easy wear, but it wasn't like anything 100% special, which honestly, to me, that is the way I feel about 90% of Mancera fragrances, is that they're either like too syrupy, which is like the fall and winter ones, or for fresh ones, I feel like a lot of them are good, but like, would I buy a full bottle? I don't know. I was talking to Novice about this yesterday, actually. Speaking of him, what's going on, man? He was on a live stream yesterday, and I was saying, I've tried 20 or 30 Manceras, and I like a ton of them. I don't love a ton of. I could buy 20 of them and be happy with the purchase because they're cheap, but it's like I never just go out of my way to buy one. It's just, even though I like them, it's just I never go out of my way to do that. So yeah, who knows? Yeah, Johnny, I own Fan Your Flames. Very nice fall and winter scent. It's one of the better Nishanays. It has this like spicy rum. It's kind of like, I wouldn't say their version of Initio Side Effect, but it's in that realm. It has a slight bit more of a freshness to it, but it's not a fresh fragrance whatsoever. It's just in comparison to the richness that you get in Side Effect, but it's in that same realm of style of fragrance. But yeah, I own it. I really like it. I actually bought it recently, like 2 months ago. What's up, Patrick? I'm on yours and Russ's live. Scent of the day is Hedonist. Last of my sample, it smells like Akigala wood vibrator. Way to put it. I completely understand what you mean now. All right. I've been talking about it for like 3+ years. A Tar collection called Tat Night, yeah. But it never, yeah, I'm buying it. I can just tell you, just based on the leakage, I'm putting it on my fall list. I'm not buying it now because I won't be able to wear it now. But oh, that cherry Wajan is just, oh, that's amazing. It's cherry, vanilla, and cinnamon dominant. I can smell it just as soon as I opened the box up. I told Mike, I said, I don't know. There's two fragrances I can smell, one in the one box and one in the other box. The one smells amazing and the one I hate. And the one that smells amazing, I was like, it's like cherry and cinnamon. And he's like, yeah, that's called Tat Night. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm buying that one. Oh, yes, I do love it. If you're a fan of Abbey Rouge, I would recommend it. And yes, you do get the Abbey Rouge DNA. Okay, then I won't be interested. I'm not a huge fan of Abbey Rouge, but if I can get a decant, which I'm hoping, so I might get a decant of that because I think it was one of the 3 decants that News Parfums sends out right now. News Parfums from France has some of the best prices you'll find in the game. They take about a week and a half to ship, but I just bought Invictus Victory Absolute about 5 days ago, so it'll be here later this week. And they always include 2 or 3 new decants, and I'm pretty sure that's one of them, so I will try it. And I also ordered Mugler Amen Stellar. I ordered Amen Stellar, so that will be here this week too. So if you guys are interested in both of those fragrances, I should have it by the end of the week, which means I'll have a review next week for it. And then I have my Parfums de Marly Castly full review coming up later this week too, Wednesday or Thursday. I have a video for Ormond Jane Montebaco Intensivo this week. I have a video for my top 10 boozy fragrances in my collection. Some good stuff coming out. Man, I've been putting the Rezo in and out of my shopping cart. I need to look this up. If you guys are talking about that, what I thought was a Rezo, I need to look at it. I've never heard of it, so I need to definitely check it out. I'm a sucker for anything remotely similar to Chanel's Allure Homme Sport, so it's an easy like for me. Yeah, it's like that, but I like Allure Homme Sport better. It does have more of a spicy nuance to it, but it was fresh, it was clean. It didn't have, I mean, it was closer to the original Allure Homme Sport than like Eau Extreme, which some people have said, because it is a bit brighter. But I just felt like it was a flat version of it, which again, I like it. And for the price, it's probably an easy pickup, but it just still something that just made me go, oh, I mean, I like it, but would I pick it up? I don't know. Zerjoff Renaissance. Somebody already told me that, Donald. That might be where I have to start then. Thank you very much. So anyway, since we're doing Venba today, I might as well mention. So I am affiliated with them. I have an affiliate link. I mean, I just went on their site and clicked affiliate, and now I have a link. So if you guys ever make a purchase from them, I get like 4.5% or 5% or something like that of the sale, and it all goes back into the channel. Hence what we're doing today. If you ever want to see, I do weekly sales picks for Venba, Olfactory, and JOMASHOP. And usually Venba and Olfactory. I like to do Venba for the niche, even though I go through all the pages just to make sure they're the best price and I compare the two. And then for Olfactory, that's where I like to do a lot of my indie because they have a lot of like imaginary authors and day 3 fragrances and city rhythm. And now Venba's starting to get city rhythm as well. So you guys, if you're ever looking for a city rhythm fragrance or an imaginary author's fragrance, 99% of the time, just go to Olfactory because you're going to find it for $25, $30 off for imaginary authors and like $40 off for all city rhythm. So I mean, you don't buy it from the actual site, in my opinion. Casmerati Mephisto, that's another one. And Gentle Womo, is that the same thing? Gentle Womo Mephisto? Or there was another one, Gentle Womo. That was somebody else said. But I'm going to get you guys on a live stream, and we're going to do a Xerjoff haul. I think it's going to be my next Venba one because that will land in June. So I would say, because that's whenever I'll be able to withdraw the next amount. And so in June or like early July, I think we'll do a Xerjoff haul where you guys get to choose which Xerjoffs I pick up. I think that's what we'll do. So you guys definitely do that. You're wearing, Glow Boy Glow. I always like the name. Wearing Yusuful Cocoa Hawaii. Never heard of the brand, never heard of the name, but it sounds good. Coconut and Hawaii. I'm guessing that's what it is, so sounds good. Wondering if it's the same applies with the 10 milliliter purchase. All right, Johnny. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. Do you mean the 15% off coupon, the Ross 15? Because whenever I order from the site, because you're giving me half statements here. I'm not trying to be rude at all. I literally am confused. So I don't know if what you're talking about as far as like discounts. Are you talking about like if the discount that Ross gave? Because I know Ross from TLTG, he did a code Ross15, which takes 15% off of day 3 fragrances. And so I use that for my bottle. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, because you're saying wondering if the same applies with the 10 milliliter purchase. I don't know what you mean, wondering if what applies to the 10 milliliter purchase. To me, dust smells very similar to Luna Rosa Ocean. I can see pieces. I don't think that they're overly similar. I can see pieces being the same, but I like Luna Rosa Ocean better, personally. Picked up a sample of Purple Label. Oh, that's a good one. It's definitely one that is slightly more vintage, but Purple Label is for the people out there who've been in the fragrance community for a while, and if they're looking for a designer and they want something a little bit more unique, so it's not for everybody, which I just read the second part of your thing now. Not really digging it, which I've heard a lot of people say. I like it. I don't like it enough to buy a bottle, but I think it's a good one. I can't find myself the reason I didn't purchase it is I can't find myself wearing it on a daily basis, and if I tell myself it's not a love, I'm not going to buy it. Sorry, Randy and Joel, I sold Vetiver Sensual. Oh, that's right, you were saying you were thinking about selling it. Never mind. Oh, well, if you were selling it, that means you didn't love it that much. Dusk is like a greatest hits of multiple fragrances that somehow kind of make its own thing. I agree, and Luna Rosa Ocean is one of them. I completely agree with you, Mo. You finally said something smart. I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. Did someone say you like Vetiver Sensual? Well, then maybe I do have to try it. Vetiver Sensual is great. Really clean and soapy. That's right up my aisle, too. I've been really into soapy fragrances lately. Randy, I got Ganymede on the way. I got 100 milliliter for $145 shipped from Facebook groups. Can't go wrong when you're finding them from the Facebook groups. Just watch out for fakes. Most of the time you're fine, especially if somebody has Ganymede. That's not one that people fake, but that's a really good price. Good evening from Lakeland, Florida. Kevin, hopefully your bus lines are doing well, man. I agree, most Mancera's and Montels are okay. Yeah, that's the way I feel. The ones I really like, Amore Cafe or Amore Cafe. Why can't I fucking speak today? Amore Cafe by Mancera just came in today. It's right over there. But I can't smell it until next Monday on the live stream with Mike. So if you guys are interested in my thoughts on Amore Cafe, it's over there. I've been on the fence for a while waiting to try Explicit Vanilla. Nice. I also got Fig Ecstasy. That's another one Mike sent me. I sent him 10, and he sent me a bunch. So we're good. Awesome, Randy. Really interested to try the new Mugler. Yeah, and then I also, me and Mo got a little bit of a behind-the-scenes hookup on Mebasu. I have Mebasu Passion Island and Mebasu A Wondrous Flight, full bottles on the way. And I got both of them combined for $266. Yeah, tell me about it. You want to talk about a deal? I wasn't even on Facebook, and I got a deal for a fragrance that runs on discounters usually around $210, So 420 on discounters for the both of them. And I got both of them combined for 265. So beat that. Oh, sweet. We're at the bottom. Um, if you buy a discovery set, the cost can be deducted from a future full-size purchase. Oh, nice. I didn't know. Is that what you're talking about with the? Is that what he was talking about? Now that is, I'm pretty sure that's what he was talking about before. Let me just go back up. Can I find his thing? I can't. Johnny Pump. I think he's talking about this then. So if you buy, so Johnny Pump, from what I'm understanding, is the other person that was speaking was saying it only applies to the introductory kit, not the 10 milliliter. But if you want to get a full bottle, I can tell you, if you use Ross 15, you get 15% off of the entire purchase. So just use that code if that's what you're looking for. All right, good. You should check out Healy Sell Martin if they have it. Well, we're going to get on here in a second and just do that, but I am blind buying Passion Island. I have already tried Mebasu, A Wondrous Flight, and I got to say, it smells like Suspiro Vibrato, but like has its own airy twist to it. A little bit more citrus, but with that said, that was about to fall off the table. That would have been bad. I decided, or I didn't decide, he kind of made me. He was like, if you want to get this deal for Passion Island, you have to buy the Mebasu Wondrous Flight. And I was like, honestly, I can't pass up that deal, because even if I don't want to keep Wondrous Flight, you're giving it to me for the price of like a low-end designer retail. And so I could just sell that away or do a giveaway and make that money back in 10 seconds. So but I'll probably keep it. To have two of them, I mean, that's hard to pass up. Thank you, Joel. Everybody hit that like buttons. Like buttons. Hit that like button. Xerjoff might be the overall best house. My favorite is Coastal Carolina Parfums, as far as their overall offerings being the best. Second for me is Imaginary Authors, because they only have 3 fragrances from all of the ones they've ever released that I don't like. Or at least that so there's 3 that I don't like that I would never wear, and the rest of them I would easily wear. And that's 2 more that I have on the way. Imaginary Authors, the cherry pie one, it's called A Little Secret. It's supposed to smell like a cherry pie with a little bit of coffee. And the coffee is a hidden note. It's not actually on the note breakdown. And then the other one is Imaginary Authors, a Language of Glaciers. And then I'm also using affiliate money that I just got through Olfactory to buy the discontinued Telegramma and Every Storm Has Its Serenade. So I told Mo by the end of this summer, I'm going to have the entire collection of Imaginary Authors. And you can buy the entire collection from Olfactory for under $600. So as long as I just separate it and spend 75 here and 75 there, I'll have the whole collection of Imaginary Authors minus the 3 that I don't like. Has anyone tried Spring Island by Yum and Law, Virgin Island water clone? If so, what's your opinion? I have not tried that one, but if you want one of the best Virgin Island water clones, it's not a clone. It does something similar where it smells very similar to Virgin Island water if you made it a little bit more masculine and added ambergris in the dry down. It is by Coastal Carolina Parfums. It's called Outer Banks. And I'm telling you, everybody who has tried that fragrance has agreed with me. That fragrance is amazing. And it's like half the price of Virgin Island water. And I like it more. My wife loves it. Every time I wear it, I get compliments. It's like $100 and some. But if you use the code dOUD15 on their site, you get 15% off. And if you guys like Imaginary or Coastal Carolina Parfums, if you use my code, he just told me this yesterday. He's doing it just for the next 3 months. If you use my code and get the 15% off, he will send you a 5 milliliter decant of either Outer Banks or Surf City. And so if you buy Surf City, he'll send you a 5 milliliter of Outer Banks and so forth. So just an FYI. All right. What's going on, Blackwater? I need your opinion. Should I get Jean Paul Gaultier Absolute or Azzaro Elixir? I'll be honest with you, both of them aren't worth a purchase. In my opinion, if you already own Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir, then you don't need to buy the Absolute because they are about 90% similar, if not 95% similar. There's a very, very big similarity to those two. If you don't own the Elixir, I think the Absolute is the better, or the Absolute is the better option. It's a little bit smoother and not as like heavily cloyingly sweet to me, even though it still is. It's not as much. So it's still, that one's a good one. Azzaro Forever Wanted Elixir, the first 15 to 25 minutes of the fragrance are like top notch, amazing. And then after that goes away, the raspberry goes away, you're left with just leather and spice. And it just doesn't have any depth to the fragrance. It's just really leather and spice, and the leather is a bit generic. So I wouldn't recommend Azzaro Elixir. And if you already own Jean Paul Gaultier's Elixir, then don't get Absolute. If you want the Absolute and you don't own Elixir, then I would recommend a purchase. But Azzaro's Forever Wanted Elixir, I can tell you, to me, you need to try that out before you buy it. That is not one, and you need to try it out and not just spray it in Macy's and go, oh yeah, I love that. You need to spray it in Macy's and go home and then wear it and get anybody around you's opinion, because after 20 minutes, that fragrance turns into something completely different. And it's about 2 hours of the leather and spice, which leather and spice is fine, but the way it's done, it's mediocre. And then when you get to the dry down, like 2 hours later, it smells nice. It almost smells like a spicy, creamy version of the original Most Wanted, but like much lighter. It's a nice fragrance. It's a great one in the opening and a nice one in the dry down. And the mid's just mediocre, in my opinion. Outer Banks is really good. Coastal Carolina has some great ones. The only one that I don't like, and I've said 100 times, is, and I told him this, I said, I love your entire line. The only one in the entire line I don't like is, and he said he agrees, even as the owner of it, is Southern Comfort. So they have Dixie Iris. Dixie Iris, one of the best iris fragrances in the game. They have Outer Banks, Tropical Heaven with a nice ambergris that makes almost like a more masculine version of Virgin Island water. They have Southern Peach Tea, which is just one of the most beautiful. It's what introduced me to the brand. It was my favorite fragrance of 2022. Absolutely love that fragrance. Love, love, love it. They came out with 2.6 Elixir, which is almost like a spicier Parfums de Marly Herod. Then they have Surf City, which is like an apple sauvage. Then they have Victorian Vanilla, which is kind of like a higher quality version of like something similar to Virtus Vanilla Oud, or a Mercedes-Benz Club Black, just in between the amount of powder and balsamic that they both bring. But that entire house is great. Southern Comfort is just so light, you can't really smell it. But yeah, they're great. I still want to smell that Spice Bomb, the silver one behind you. So there's this one, which is Metallic Musk, which was just announced that it's being released. I've had it for about 2 months now. I don't even know how I got that so early, but it's literally a clean laundry spice bomb. If you want to smell like clean, fresh linens and soap with a nice, beautiful vanilla and spice over top, it is fantastic. One of the best releases of the year. And then next to it is Spice Bomb Eau Fraiche, which you guys had me get to compare, which they smell nothing alike. But anyway, I think we're almost at the bottom, right? Language of Glaciers is Lilac dominant. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, someone told me that it was similar to like a different version of Saint Julep, which is my favorite from the house. So I was like, I'm going to pick it up. Why not? Are you interested in swapping me something for the forward? Yeah, I'd be. I mean, you have the forward, right? Because I love the forward. So if you want to swap me something for the forward, I just Instagram message me, Patrick. I'd be happy to swap. I like the forward a lot, and I've been looking to get my hands on it. So if there's something that you would like to swap in my collection, I'd be happy to. Sorry, Patrick. I knew I missed your comment earlier, and I was going back to it. It's just, yeah, I will swap something with you. What would you wear to a rock show? I already know what Jeff's answer to this, and he's probably sitting back there, and I know what his answer to this would be because me and him think very much alike. And it's probably that Paco Rabanne, is it Black XS or Pure XS? Black XS, I think it's Black XS, which was made for that type of thing. It has that kind of like champagne like smell to the fragrance. I know that's the kind of fragrance that he would wear, or that he would say, and I agree that's a really good one. I'm actually going to see AC/DC. We have really good tickets. Me and my daughter are going, and we're going to see that. It's their final tour, and it's coming through on May 5th or 6th. And it makes me think, what should I wear to that? You want something bright and lively, or if it's at night, and because it's going to be during the warmer months, I'm guessing, right? So you want to have something bright and lively. So that one would work. If you have something else like Bright and Effervescence, the Spirit of Vibrato, Ingenious Ginger would be a really good one. Or if you're looking for something a little bit more masculine, but still has a brightness to it, Aventus Cologne would be a nice one. Or if you're looking for something simple, then you could go with like a Allure Homme Edition Blanche, something like that. Those would be really good. I know some people would say, because if it's a rock star, you got your Tony Iommi Deified, Tony Iommi Monkey Special. Honestly, they're not my vibe, so I wouldn't recommend them. And if this was in the fall and winter, I would probably say wear Angel Share or something like that, because that really fits the mold. But for me, if it's because it's warming up, I would probably myself wear Ingenious Ginger. That's it has that fizziness to it. It has that effervescence. I would wear that or something brighter. It's just that's the way that I look at it. But I also could wear Aventus Cologne. Uh, Something. Oh, Green Day. Yeah, I didn't. You're going to the Green Day concert. That would make sense. Something green. If I mean, there's a lot of really good freaking green fragrances out there, but I mean, it depends on if you're good. I mean, it depends on what fragrances you have in your. I don't know what fragrances you have in your collection. I mean, I could obviously tell you the fragrances I have behind me that are going to be good, but I can't tell what fragrances you have. Black XS is a good shout out. Maybe Apple Brandy, too airy apple. Yeah, I mean, Apple Brandy would be nice, but it's if he's going soon, it's probably going to be warmer outside. But I think that if you're looking just an easy answer, Ronnie just put it. Yeah, an easy answer is Aventus Cologne. This is one, if you have it in your collection, that would work as well. Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, Mont Blanc Legend Blue, any of the Mont Blancs would work. It doesn't matter. I just don't know what you have in your collection. I mean, that's a good question though. It all depends on what you have in your collection, what your style is. But I would say, especially because it's at least warming up where I am, that Aventus Cologne's probably the best option for it, but that's my opinion. I don't know why I don't like. You're not the only one, Gordon. A lot of people don't like uh, Carlisle. I like it. Do I love it? No. Do I own it? No. But I could buy it, and I'd be happy with owning it. It's just it might be the one that down the road I would sell, so I just am not buying it. I don't know why. I saw this one. Geo EDP would be nice to wear at a concert. See, I will never recommend any Geos except for Aqua de Jo Absolu, which would be a good one as well. But I don't like Aqua de Jo anymore because I wore that DNA out over 20 years. And so now I'm just like, Triumph of Bacchus is your Carlisle because it's basically red tobacco smoothened out with Carlisle spices. And then on top of it, you put some peach. It's a really good fragrance. Monkey Special, like I said, a lot of people would recommend that. I won't recommend it because I'm just not a big fan of Monkey Special. I don't hate it. I don't think it's like the greatest fragrance like some people think, but it's just not for me. It's a little bit too feminine in my eyes, at least. What is my scent of the day? My scent of the day is very simplistic as I was outside in the garden. It's the original light blue. I was testing it against the new version of light blue, and they're the same thing. Have you ever smelled Noir Ombre? Can you see right there? That black top? That is Noir Ombre. Noir Ombre is in my top 5 designer fragrances of all time. It is the best designer warm weather fragrance that I have ever worn. And so, I mean, it's immaculate. And I got Ross to buy it. I think I got Dedrick to buy it. And I got a couple other people that were reviewers to buy it. And every one of them were like, holy crap, this is good. The fragrance was, I mean, it was discontinued at that point. And they still bought it because it was that good. It's just fantastic. Light blue smells like ass on my skin, unfortunately. Like what you get with Italian love. More like Italian ass. Fantastic. He's made videos featuring it. Pretty sure it was used in Randy's thumbnail before too. What are we talking about? Oh, the Noir Ombre. Yeah, I've made a ton of videos with Noir Ombre. I think I probably have 7, maybe 8 videos with it in the thumbnail. So yeah, I've definitely talked about Noir Ombre. I don't want to reach back there right now because if I reach back there and grab it, I'm probably going to knock over all the creeds. So, and I'm just not doing that. All right, let's do some searching. Venba Fragrance. So if you spend $500 or more, you get $5 off using the code Venba5. Also, Mind Games, 25% off, no matter what. If you put it into the cart, Mind Games are all 25% off. Venba Fragrance. And it's venbafragrance.com. Always make sure to check my community tab, aka which is now posts. I always put a weekly sales pick. So I don't pick them all because they have like 30 pages of fragrances. Here, let me share this with you guys. Hey, before I do that, Mickey Vargas with the $5 donation. Thank you so much, man. On the one computer, it shows the $5 donation, but up here it doesn't. What's up, Randy? What was one fragrance you were looking for but got disappointed? It's a really good question. There's a lot of them. I mean, you could go with Azara Forever 1 and Elixir. I was really looking forward to that. That could have been great. The last 3 releases from that entire house, I was straight up disappointed with that. But my biggest disappointment over the years, Creed's Aventus. And you want to know why? Because I was in the community watching Jensen's videos, Robes 08 videos, everybody's videos that were like I was a fan of at that point in time. And I don't know who was the one hyping. I'm just saying, like, I was in the community at that point in time. Not a specific person was talking about this, but they would say Creed Aventus is the king of fragrances. They absolutely love it. The pineapple's amazing. And then I tried it, and I was just super let down. Not that it smelled bad. It's like I prefer Aventus cologne, but it's just the pineapple. I was expecting to get like this pineapple ring or a juicy pineapple. I can tell you, I'll smell Aventus 100 times, and I don't really get pineapple in that damn fragrance. You guys can tell me everything you want. I don't smell pineapple in that fragrance. Anytime I've tried it, I literally get more woods and spice and musk and the Aventus dry down. And so I honestly don't know why. I don't know. The older batches are more pineapple. I mean, I've tried some clones, like from Zohar Aroma, that they really do amp up that pineapple, and it does really good. But when it comes to the original Aventus, I just can't do it. But to me, there's a lot of those answers. The most recent ones being the last 3 releases from Azaro. But yeah. But I do like Aventus Cologne. I mean, obviously, I just chose it as the fragrance to wear to a concert. I like Absolute Aventus. I think that's a little bit nicer. They did add a little bit more of that in there. It's a little bit richer, has a little bit of spice to it. I mean, it's kind of like, some people said it was Aventus meets, what's it called? Dior Sauvage Elixir. I don't get that, but I understand the reference. Because it brings in the warmth and the richness and the spice, and it's a little bit more unique. So I do like that fragrance. I'm just not spending $340 on it. Have you tried to reach out to people like the dude that owns Zohar Aroma and asked him to clone Nautica Competition? Oh, Man, so I don't reach out to people. I've only reached out to one company before, and it was Theodoros Kalatinis, or Kalatinis, and that was on behalf of Mo or Hamzat, one of my moderators. They wanted me to reach out and see if they would do a collaboration with me. But no, I haven't. I don't reach out to Nafi at Zohar Aroma, but if there was something that they could clone, Nautica Competition would be it. But the thing is they would have to have something to compare it to, and Nautica Competition. Literally, if you look online, there's some bottles that are going for like $2,000. I mean, it's probably like 600, 700 now. But no, I wouldn't open up the one bottle I have and send it to him because it probably smells super watered down. But I would love that. He has done discontinued stuff like Plum Japanese, but the thing is they were discontinued recently, within the last decade. That one was discontinued in 1998. And so they brought it back in a yellow bottle and it smelled completely different. So there's three fragrances from back then. If I could ask any company to clone, they would be Nautica Competition, the original Candies for Men that came in that little green and blue thing, and Armani Mania. Those three fragrances, if you bring them back to me, I'd be super happy. Not everybody did. It's not for everybody. It's for a 40-plus-year-old gentleman. I enjoy it. I didn't like it that much at first, but it grew on me. But I really do like it now, and I like red a bit better. But both of them are very nice. Not for everybody though. Why do you keep it? Who's Moel? I don't know who Moel is. Love Absolute. Yeah. Kajal Lamar for pineapple. Kajal Lamar is nice, but it's a jammy rose, and I can't wear rose fragrances. Both because my wife is allergic to some rose oil, so I try not to take that risk, and also because I've never really been a big fan of rose. While Kajal Lamar does smell nice, I just don't see myself wearing it because of that jammy rose. But I do have good pineapple fragrances. Like, for instance, I just got in Day 3 Tracesaurus. That stuff is best release of the year if you like gourmands. It's like a pineapple ring dusted in cinnamon with some honey. It's a very, very nice fragrance. It's almost like if you took that and then you squeeze a little bit of mandarin orange juice on top of it. That's what it smells like. It's a very, very good fragrance. Parfums de Marley Castley a 10 out of 10. No, I wouldn't even think it's an 8 out of 10. It's a nice fragrance, but the more I wore it, the less I liked it. It's kind of like, so the opening is very nice. It's kind of like how Boss Bottled Absolute did it, or Boss Bottled Bold Citrus, where the opening is super fresh, clean, nice citrus, blast in your face, like just absolutely nice. That's what she said. But then when it starts to dry, it just like Boss Bottled Bold Citrus does, it just brings in this spice, and it loses that oomph that it has from the opening, and it becomes more of an older person scent. And so while some people in this chat are probably 40 plus, and I'm just about there in about a month, it reminds me of something that my grandfather would have worn, but it still smells nice. And so I would say that Castley's more of an 8 out of 10. I don't love it anymore like I did when I did my first impressions. And I've told you guys that on the last live stream. It's just not, I'm not huge on it anymore because that dry down is nice, but it just doesn't blow me away like it did the first time. I think I was just overexcited to have a Parfums de Marly before a lot of people. And so when I sprayed it, I really wanted to like it. And while there are some, it's like a greatest hits of some of the Parfums de Marlys. It smells like other things while doing its own thing, yes. But at the same time, I wouldn't be upset if that bottle wasn't in my presence anymore. Like I probably won't get many wears out of it. Okay, so what was I doing? Oh, what's up, Junior? How you doing, buddy? Sun of the day is Saharian wind. Nice. I just traded my Bulgari Guyane, and your name reminds me of that. Bulgari Guyane reminds you of Randy? How does that remind you of Randy? I love a lot of PDM. So do I. PDM, I have there's 2 PDMs in my top 10 fragrances, so, and probably 4 in my top 25. So I definitely like PDM a lot. It's just this one just didn't hit the mark for me. It's going to hit the mark for a lot of people, A lot of people are going to like it. And 8 out of 10 is nothing to bat an eye at. It's just, it's not something that I can see myself buying a full bottle of. All right. I swapped Guyan for CC Rock Rose. Oh, that's the one that reminded you of me, I guess. No, Gion. Oh, okay. Well, then maybe put Gion before you type Patrick. Patrick. All right. Greenley and Sedley are so overrated. Percival is better, in my opinion. Percival's nice, but the thing is Percival, I mean, it's really nice. It just, there's other things that are less expensive options, even though I own Percival and I love Percival. There's less expensive options that smell very similar. I love Sedley. I think Sedley is fantastic in the summer. And Greenley, I've already went through 40 milliliters, and so that's why I'm possibly going to buy it today. So I really enjoy Greenley. I really enjoy Sedley. I really enjoy Percival, all for different reasons. With that said, I need to present share screen. All right. So you guys can still see me on the side. Oh, that's good. So if you haven't used Venba before, if you type your email address in there, they'll give you $5 off of your first purchase. And no thanks, I'll pay full price. I always feel weird clicking that, but don't be fooled by the day threes. The day threes are $155, no matter which way you look at it. You buy it from their site, they're $155. But the thing is if you're on day three's website and you use the code ROSS15, you get 15% off of that, which would take then what? Another 15 plus $22.50, almost $23 off the fragrance. So you'd be looking at about $122 for the fragrance instead of $155 on Venba. So don't buy that from Venba. But it's things like this. I think this is the one fragrance, and I want your opinions. I've tried this. I love this. Very easy wear. Bois Imperial by Quentin Bish. I think it's one of the best fragrances for the price. And I need an add-on fragrance. And there's a few of them that I was looking at. This is one of the add-ons. So I'm going to add that to the cart for now. I'm going to keep adding things to the cart that you guys tell me if you guys see something that you think I should possibly pick up. But we're going to first go to the testers tab. But you always want to start there. They always have a crap ton of testers. Right now they have the Acro Infused Night. They had Acro Awake yesterday, $119, pretty decent price. They got some Mouages, which I'm scrolling right past that because outside of this one, I'm not a big Mouage fan. And BDK is nice, but that's another one of those Mancera things. I love this. I love the Gris Charnel, and I love the Gris Charnel Extrait. I actually think that the EDP is the better pick there because there's something about it. I just like the EDP better. Oh, Mike, I am sorry. I am sorry, Mike. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to forget this. Thank you very much, Mike, for the $5 donation. I was about to click on it, and then somebody asked another question, and then I forgot. But thank you very much for the $5 donation. He will be on my live stream. Everybody go follow Mike at Fragrance Fraternity. He'll probably say something to me about forgetting the donation next week. But again, all donations go right back into the channel. For dealing with my lame leaky decants, he sent me those little color ones that look like a circle. Not a circle, you know what I mean. I can't really, they look like a pill, like a long pill. And you fill them from the bottom. All you do is you stick it on top of the atomizer and it fills it up. Well, the issue with that is that when it closes, they don't always close fully. And so all 7 or 8 or 10 or whatever decants he sent me, all of them leaked just a little bit because anytime that you do it, it doesn't seal fully and then liquid comes out the bottom. So if you're looking for decants to buy, even though those ones look pretty because they're like green and red and teal and purple, they don't sit on your shelf well and they evaporate quicker than other decants, even the ones that you buy. Like I bought the ones that I sent Mike for $7.99. I got 30 of them. And those ones, as long as you have some of that plumber's tape to put around it, you're good. Anyway, thank you, Mike, for the donation. I apologize for not seeing that. And yes, I own Seraphim Blue. I have Seraphim Blue. I have Seraphim Red. I have a bunch. Okay. So, BDK, I like the Gris Charnel. Let me see if you guys are saying anything. Discount code. If you pay over $500, you get Venba 5, but they don't really do discount codes because their sales are already in there. But if you want to get Mind Games, they do automatically do discounts for Mind Games, 25% off. It goes straight into the cart. But for the most part, unless you spend over $500 and you get Venba 5 for 5% off, you don't get any other discounts because they're put directly into that. I have heard that BDK Rouge Smoking X-Trade is really good. Just buy something, man. Well, I'm trying to get your guys' opinion, hence the reason for this live stream, JTS. And you should be happy because one of the ones that I'm freaking buying is most likely Parfums de Marly Greenley. And you love Parfums de Marly Greenley. But anyway, I'm going to pull this up for a second. I have heard great things about this, but I'm not about to spend $219 on a BDK, knowing that in about 4 or 5 months, this will be on the same exact site for $140. That's usually how they happen. If it doesn't get that low, it will still get under 200. And so there, even as a tester right here, I would wait. But if you like Rouge Smoking, or even if you didn't, I like Rouge Smoking, but I thought there was something missing. I heard this one fixes it all. A lot of people have been saying that that's a great, great fragrance. But I'm not looking at any BDKs today. I am between Clive Christian Rock Rose, Creed Centaurus I'm saving for the fall because you can't really get wares out of that in my area, at least during the spring and summer. So it's between, for the big purchase, I'm between Clive Christian's Rock Rose. Look, they also have the Goldfield and Banks. If I didn't own these, I would totally buy them. But Bohemian Lime and Pacific Rock Moss, they have them for $99. These are good prices too. The MFK Aqua Celestial Cologne Forte and the Media Cologne Forte, both $179. French Riviera, that was one that I was thinking about. So it's for the cheaper option, it's French Riviera, maybe. But I think Blois Imperial is a better pickup in my opinion. And then on the second page, I always pass up Montals. I always do because most of them, I always think Montal is like, I don't know. I always find them to be like more syrupy. I don't know if it's just me. This is one that I'm looking at. This is right now because Parfums de Marly has gone up in price. And now most of the time, even on good discounters, you're finding one of these fragrance, the Greenley is like 200, 210, maybe 199 at the least. But for a tester with the cap, that's definitely one I'm adding to the cart. See, and then we have Herba Pura Magica. I already own that one. I don't like Cologne. Perseus I like, but there's better options in my opinion. Sunday Cologne was another one I was thinking about, but I haven't tried it, so I don't really want to blind purchase it, you know what I mean? Damn it. Has anybody ever tried this? Sospiro Maraschino? Is it good? Is it for women? I love cherry, and I've never tried this, and every time I see it on there, I'm like, ooh, Sospiro, let's look it up. No Profumo. All right. So it got a 3.8 out of 5, which means that it's probably not that great. All right, I'm not timing out my thing because of Fragrantica, so I'm not actually looking into that. Fragrantica, for some reason, it always causes things to crash. I want to see what y'all saying. Jared, I just said about 5 minutes ago on my last Venba haul, we picked up Baby Cat. But I'm not going to buy, even if I didn't own Baby Cat, I wouldn't buy Baby Cat right now because it's spring and Baby Cat's not for the spring. Bois Imperio I couldn't get behind. It has like a wet carpet cleaner smell to me. I really like Ganymede though. It's weird. Yeah, I like Bois Imperio. I think it's a lot more wearable than Ganymede, even though Ganymede's pretty wearable. Recent Venba purchases: City Rhythm, Clive Christian Blonde Amber. If you guys haven't tried Blonde Amber, man, you're missing out. It smells almost like the clubbing version of MFK Grand Soir. It has a little bit more depth to it than Grand Soir does. Grand Soir is almost like its rich uncle that is going out and all dressed up, while this is the one that is going out and going to the club. I have two BDKs, yeah. I have BDK Gris Charnel, the original. I have a huge decant of the Gris Charnel Extrait, and I have Rouge Smoking, which is actually in my drawer over there that I never wear. So I have no fresh ones. We were going to buy Rock Rose last time, but we ended up going with the other one, remember? On my last live stream, we were going to buy Rock Rose, and I have a decant of it. And I was going to buy Rock Rose, and then we ended up going with either Centaurus or Baby Cat. I wanted Rock Rose, but I didn't get Rock Rose. Only fragrance I've got compliments on is Most Wanted. There's a lot of fragrances you can get compliments on. You just got to try it out, and you got to have the right person around you. Creed Himalaya is good. Buy it. Well, that's another one. So that's enough with the testers. Let's look at the Creeds. Oh, they got a Ventus cologne for $169 for the 1.7 ounce. Pretty decent price. So I am between Creed's Royal Oud, which I would buy the bigger one. I don't know if I'd buy the smaller version. Yeah, $249. I wouldn't buy Royal Oud yet for $249. I've seen it for a better price. Not on that page. Absolute Aventus. Nope. Creed Himalaya. How much is that? So $219 for Creed Himalaya. Let's keep that in the back of my brain, because there's one specific one that I'm looking for. I hope they still have it in stock, even though I'm not sure if I get it yet or not. There it is. That's the sample of it. All right. So that one's added to the cart just for now. So I want you guys to help me. Which one should I pick up? Parfums de Marly Greenley or Creed's Bois de Portugal? Here's the kicker though. I'm already, I need to put this in the cart. Just, hopefully they still have it in stock. Sangria. This is the one I'm definitely getting. Lorenzo Pizzaglia Sangria. This one smells like juicy fruit gum if you mixed it with a sangria. It's fantastic. If you guys haven't tried it, I'm telling you, this stuff sells out pretty quickly, but Sangria, I tried it. I love it. Absolutely amazing. Most people that try it absolutely love it. But anyway, so I know I'm getting Sangria. Here's the other kicker. Should I get Parfums de Marly Greenley and Bois Imperial? So two other fragrances. Or should I get Creed's Bois de Portugal? So it's either those two or Sangria and those two. I want to know what your guys' decision on that is. Every now and then, some of the Creeds go on sale for under $200. Costco, if you have a membership. Yeah, I have a membership. Yeah, I've seen them on there. But because this is affiliate money, I'd rather you guys just... Lorenzo Pizzaglia Sexy wouldn't sold out. I would say get it. I already have a decant of that. I got it the first day it came out. from the same person who sent me Castly. I like it. It's a nice fragrance. So I have tried that, but I don't need to buy the bottle of it right now. I also just tried, speaking of C, I tried Stephanie Humbert Lucas, See My Love. Just tried that one too. I've only tried Summer Hammer from Lorenzo, and it's so good. Yeah, that one's a really good one. So if you like Summer Hammer, I'm telling you, you should try out Gria. Ross introduced me to it by sending me a decant, and it smells literally like either grape bubble tape or fruit stripe gum. It's a mixture of fruit, but it's like a candy-like fruitiness, but not like overly so. And then you, in the background, you get this beautiful sangria, which is like a mixture of wine and fruits. It's very, very, very good. Very playful, but it's really good. Saw your short on Montebaco Intensivo and sounds great. Just so expensive, but anywhere selling it for a good deal. I'll look. I'm going to look before I post my video for it tomorrow, because my full video is coming out tomorrow. I'll look, and if I can find anything. I'll also, because they sent me that whole decant pack and stuff, if I can, I'm doing that on one of my live streams coming up. But I'll ask them if they can give me a discount code. I don't know if they'll be able to or not, but yeah, that fragrance is freaking great. PDM Greenley, despite what I said. Parfums de Marley. If you guys haven't tried Bois de Portugal, then you're definitely missing out, though. What's going on, Montrese? How you doing, bro? How you doing, bro? Hopefully you're having a good night. Love Bois Imperial, but also Brioni Intense, too. Let's see how much is Brioni Intense even on here. No. They do have Prada L'Homme Intense for $99. Azzaro, the most wanted EDP, $69. Most wanted Parfum for $74. That's some of the best prices that I've seen for that. And then they have Stronger With You Absolutely for $99 and Intensely for $89. That's crazy. But for the most part, they don't really have many fragrances. You know what? Well, let's do this. Let's go to their full catalog, and then price low to high. This will be the cheap options. So I already have that. I already have that. That's sold out. I don't care about that. I have that. I have that. That's the same one. I have that. I have that. I don't know. I have that. None of the Montals I'm really interested in right now. Then there's the Bois Imperial. They also have a bunch of other ones from Essential Parfums, but no one's ever mentioned them to me. They have Neroli Botanica, Nice Bergamotta, Fig Infusion, Divine Vanilla, Orange and Santal, Mon Vetiver, speaking of vetiver fragrances. Has anybody ever tried any of these? And then we also, oh, that's sold out. Xerjoff Lyra, I've never heard of that. But if we're looking for the cheaper options, seems like we're looking at either Essential Parfums or Mancera. And doesn't look like they even have any of the Manceras I'd be interested in right now. And if I could, I would get the 8 and Bobs, but they're never getting them back from what I hear. So anyway, has anybody ever tried any of the other Essential Parfums fragrances? You have every what? You have every Bois Imperial fragrance? Oh, no, you're talking about me saying I have everything. I had everything but the Montals on that first page, yes. It's the Montals and the Essential Parfums. Almost did Azzaro Intensely last week for $74. It is a great price. It's one of the best prices I've ever seen for that. I need to try. I want to try the Cherry Ink. A couple other ones I wanted to try for them. My favorite is Aventus Absolumo. I'm basic. Hey, it's not basic. I mean, most people in the world don't own that, so I guess nobody else has tried that. So I have 2 people that said Greenley. So I guess this is our order. We're just going to end it there and then just have a chat for a little bit. I'm going to delete Bois de Portugal, which Greenley's probably a better option right now anyway because it's going into the spring. So if we add that up, let's see. 190 plus 150, so 340. Wait, did I do that right? Yeah, 190, 290, 340. Yeah, it's 410. And then if I take away the $368 plus the $5 coupon that I have, that would take away $5. We're at $399. We're taking the $368. Yeah, I'll be spending $36 of my own money. Thank you to you guys. That's pretty sweet. I'm gonna get Essential Parfums Bois Imperial, Parfums de Marly Greenley full bottle, 4.2 ounce tester with cap, and then the full presentation of Lorenzo Pizzaglia Sangria, and that will be for $38 after the affiliate balance. So let me stop the screen. There we go. So that rumor is actually true, Jeff. So if you guys don't know and you haven't seen, Trump, I'm not a political person, but there's a bunch of tariffs. And I've talked to two different business owners that are in the fragrance community that said that in preparation for the Trump tariffs, because they're not just, he's not just putting tariffs on China, and like he's putting tariffs across the board. And for Europe, from what they're telling me, is that it's like 15 or 20%. I don't know for sure, but the two owners of these businesses said that the suppliers are already preparing them by sending out this email chain talking about how they will be raising all of the prices for all of the fragrances by 15 to 20%. So discounters, you're going to start seeing fragrances that are 20% higher, maybe 15% higher. If you have a really good discounter that likes to make micro profits, then they might not increase it that much because they're already making profit off of it. But as of right now, I do want to say, if the tariffs actually do pass, these suppliers and the big brands themselves are already preparing for the tariffs. And even though I think it's bullcrap, it's like you guys are raising these prices based on tariffs. But the thing is that most of your price is based on your name. Like Parfums de Marly. Let's take Parfums de Marly for example. It probably costs them $3 to $4 to make each bottle because it's all made in bulk, and then if you do the bulk price, probably like $3 or $4 to make each bottle. Let's just say it's $10 to make each bottle, or $20. Let's have that $20 to make each bottle, and then you do all of the rest of the stuff, the marketing, the advertising, but the box, and you're looking at let's be generous and say with the oils and the prices and stuff, it's $100 to make each fragrance. We're being super generous there. They're charging you an extra $300 for the name. I mean, obviously there's going to be like the perfumers prices, there's going to be the marketing prices and all of that stuff, but let's be real. They're charging you $300 for the damn name. And so they're saying, oh, we're raising our prices because of the Trump tariffs. No, you're raising your prices because you can, because now Trump's giving you a reason to. That's my way of thinking about it, because if you look at brands like Mancera, they're doing fragrances that are in the same type of realm that are $80, $70, $60. Yes, they're selling them for $160, but like on their actual website, but still a lot less than these other brands are. So you're paying for the name, and they're raising their prices because they can. That's all it is. But yeah. Yeah, Jeff asked me the other night from SoCal Sense. He said, are you going to be picking up the Switch 2? I was like, nah. I ain't picking up the Switch 2 until they tell me that there is a new Zelda game that is coming out that cannot be played on the Switch 1. Because what am I doing? I'm paying for a slightly bigger screen, slightly faster graphics, better graphics, like different controllers that just like go weird into it. Like, it's kind of like the iPhone. I went from the 11 to the 16 and it's the 11 was better. My 11 Pro Max, I had it for 5 or 6 years, and it's better than my 16 Pro Max. I don't know why that is. It was bigger, it was smaller, it ran quicker, it didn't have as many glitches. The Switch 2 is going to be the same. They're just doing these little fancy upgrades to get people to buy something for $600, which if a Sony PS5 or PS whatever they're at now is worth $500 or $600, I don't understand why a Switch is worth $500 or $600. I don't get that. It's such a smaller, less complex component that I don't get it. I'm right there with you. I'm not really like, I don't care for clones. Like someone told me you should pick up that Latafa Ducon or whatever. I said, if I find it at Burlington, I will pick it up. I said, but I am not going out of my way to buy a clone. It's just, I'll do that once every 3 months, but I have a shelf behind me. I have limited shelf space. I don't want to buy another shelf at this point in time. I have 513 fragrances. I counted them today. And they barely fit on my shelf. I have some on the floor. I have some on my thing over there. And so I'm not going to fill my shelves. I'm giving some of my clones to people around me, my friends, my nephews, stuff like that. But I'm not filling my shelves with clones. I can't. What's going on, Mike? How you, I think I already said hi, but if I didn't, what's going on? I was just talking to you a little bit ago. Speaking of Mike, I reached out to him because him and Mike from Fragrance Fraternity, I have them under Mike I Smell and Mike Fraternity, and they're in my phone right next to each other, obviously. And they were also in my messages right next to each other because I just talked to Mike the other day, and then I talked to the other Mike like 10 minutes after him. So whenever I went to reach out Mike Fragrance Fraternity today, I accidentally clicked on I Smell. I was like, hey, your decants leak. And he was like, where'd you get those from? I was like, you. He was like, yeah, I think you got the wrong person. I was like, yeah, I think I do too. What's going on, man? But anyway, he said, just saw Dark Blood's trailer for the Switch. As a fan of Dark Souls, it really looked cool. So I'm not like that in depth with the Switch. I have Mario Kart, I have Super Smash Brothers, but past that, I play a lot of Zelda. I play a lot of the downloaded emulators of Zelda. Like, I'm a huge Zelda fan. Been a huge Zelda nut since I was young. And then I have like 3 or 4 Pokemon games and Mario Kart. And like, I'm not, oh, and The Witcher 3. And those are the ones that I liked. I don't even play the Mario ones anymore. I'm all cloned out, cloned and duped out. Yeah, they're all over the place. I remember when so this is how quick it's gone. When I started reviewing 2.5, almost 3 years ago, the main clones out there were like All Haramain's Amber Oud and Amber Oud Gold and Amber Oud Tobacco Edition. Club de Nuit Intense, Club de Nuit Intense Parfum, and the limited edition. You had the Al Haramain L'Aventure. You had the Club de Nuit Milestone and Sillage. But outside of that, Paris Corner wasn't really a thing. Latafa wasn't really a thing. It was ever since I mean, they might have been behind the scenes, but it didn't become huge until about 6 months after I started reviewing. And then that's whenever it was like, Armoff and Al Haramain really aren't these big dogs anymore. They are, but now you have every brand and their sister and their brother creating brands, and all of their brands have sub-brands that also have sub-brands to sub-brands, and every one of those sub-brands has a little sister sub-brand with a brother that has another sub-brand, and then all of those brands come together and make a nice big like Avengers brand, and then they put it out, and then that's how clones work. If you wanted to know what clones were like, that is what clones are like in about 15 seconds. That's the way that clones are nowadays. Every mother has their son and daughter, and they all have their own brands, and every one of those brands has sub-brands, and they all do 15 fragrances, and then they all look the same. They all smell like crap, or they smell great, and then everybody raves about them, and then 5 months later, you don't hear about them again. That's just the way the world works. Sorry, ironing right now. More listening than looking in the chat. Hey, it's okay, man. I'm about to end it here anyway. I need to go watch my basketball. The March Madness final is on right now. I'm recording it. Also, if you guys, I've been watching the Lakers lately. I'm a big Celtics fan, but It's almost like a guarantee they're making to the playoffs every year. But the Lakers are fun to watch. I know a lot of people don't like it because of LeBron and whatever, but I don't watch it for LeBron. I honestly think LeBron is that whole thing is getting kind of wish he would retire. But I watch it for Luka Doncic. That guy is a fantastic player, and Austin Reeves is freaking amazing. But if you guys don't watch basketball, which I've been getting bigger and bigger into it this last couple of years. I used to be a huge Muggsy Bogues fan when I was younger, and my parents would drive me down to watch the Charlotte Hornets games. But anyway, they're the March Madness final going on right now. Duke, honestly, Duke probably should have won the whole tournament, and they would have easily beat Florida, in my opinion. It was like they had the worst 2 or 3 minutes of their entire season at the end of the game, which they were up by like 12, and then all of a sudden they lost the game, and it was not good. And so now we're going with Houston, which I like an underdog story, and they were the underdog story going into the season as far as like everybody was saying Florida's going to win, everyone's going to say Duke's going to win. Houston, number one seed the whole way through, and so we'll see how they do. I'm rooting for Houston, but I wouldn't be upset if Florida won because that shooter that they have is just ridiculously good. Not that you guys give a shit, and I just ranted for something you guys don't care about, but I want to know Jeff's pick for UFC 2. I haven't been watching UFC very much. They don't really have my interest anymore. Literally, I think everybody who's a champion is from Uzbekistan now, isn't it? It's just, I like personalities, and there's a lot of the champions nowadays that they don't have much of that. So I watch like the main ones, but I don't watch. I'll watch them afterwards. Austin Reeves is just real identity. Austin Reeves looks like he should be working as a bank teller, but that dude can hoop. He's one of the most exciting players to watch. But I'll be honest with you, if you watch the Golden State Warriors right now, I don't think they'll do much in the playoffs just because that they don't have really big players. But I mean, if they get rolling on those threes, with Jimmy Butler and Steph both healthy since they got together, I think they lost one game, and that was yesterday to the Rockets. I mean, it's nuts. You think Chelsea's winning the EPL? You should ask Mo about that one. Mo, you think that Chelsea's going to win the EPL? I already know what Mo's going to say. But Steph Curry, I mean, it's hard not to like that baby face. Chelsea gives me health problems. I knew he was going to say something like that. I wasn't sure what it was. Dagestan, which is Islamic Russian territory. I knew there's some from Uzbekistan and Dagestan, and they're all over that place. But man, I don't want to go to that place because everybody over there is probably like all beefed up, ready to fight. Gian, what is Moel? Are you talking to Mo? I need to know because I keep getting confused on what Moel is. Were you part of his Secret Service? I actually met Biden back when he was the vice president. Nice. Did he fall asleep? He looks like he's going to fall asleep every time I see him on TV. They should have gave Steph Curry the Space Jam 2 role. They should have had both of them in there. But I'm just sick of the whole LeBron situation. I mean, he's a good player. He always will be a good player, but Michael Jordan's better. In Dagestan, if you don't have a cauliflower ear, they make fun of you. Probably most likely. All right, this is getting out of hand. No more fragrances. But so we decided that I'm going to be picking up those 3 fragrances. I'll purchase them. I'm not going to put my card information on the screen, obviously. But with that said, again, I have a top 10 boozy fragrances coming this week. I have the full review for Parfums de Marley Castley. I have the full review for something else. Invictus Victory Absolute will be here soon. I have those other 2 fragrances that are coming from Mebisu. I also have the Mugler Amen Stellar on the way. Bunch of other stuff. And then when this stuff comes, I'll obviously review it for you guys. But make sure to go follow Mike. Make sure to go follow Fragrance Fraternity. Make sure to go follow Novice Knows. Make sure to go follow Jeff at SoCal Sense. And then if you guys want to check out Venba, just please, anytime you ever want to use Venba or Olfactory, if you could think of me, all you have to do is click on one of my videos, and my links in the description are all of my affiliate links. It helps me out. It helps you guys out by getting more content from me, if that does help you out. But the Bleu de Chanel new one, most likely, from what I've heard, isn't going to be out until the fall. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true. All I know is that last year, one guy came into my chat, and he said Super Leggera is not coming out until September 6th. And I was like, that's 5 months from now. There's no way. It came out September 6th. Yeah, he came back in and did his second comment ever on my channel. And that second comment was, Bleu de Chanel exclusive isn't coming out until the fall, probably October. And then he never responded to anything else I said. So just an FYI, that guy was so spot on last year, I just don't see him being wrong again. So if you're looking for the new Bleu de Chanel, you should probably just put that on the back burners for now, because I'm guessing it's not going to be here until the fall. But who knows? Bought so much under your affiliate links last 2 weeks. I appreciate that, Mitch Maddock. I feel like some of my affiliate links are broke, though, because people keep telling me that they're buying something, and anytime that somebody buys something, I get an email of the purchase, and the person's like, yeah, I just picked up like $1,000 worth of fragrances, and I don't get an email about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, right. But I know the email's not broken because I can see all the clicks, but I don't really care. It's extra money for me, and you guys help out. So I'm just looking to, I want to collect all the imaginary authors fragrances, because on Venba, you can cash it out with cash or a gift card like I did today. With Olfactory LLC, it's only store credit. And so I'm using that for all imaginary authors fragrances. And so that is exactly what I'm doing. But yeah, Mitch, you'll see it's super funny whenever someone's like, I just bought Grand Soir, Parfums de Marly, Herod. I bought 3 Mind Games fragrances, and I'm trying to do the math in my head. I'm like, 300, 600, 900, 1100, 1300. Okay, I'm going to see an email for 1300, which I get 5% of, which is still like a lot less than you would expect for commission. But yeah, I didn't get it. I was like, okay, whatever. But it happens all the time. Anyway, I am going to go watch some basketball. So you guys have a fantastic week. Make sure to hit the like on the way out. If you're watching the replay, also hit that like. I appreciate you. We got Mike from Fragrance Fraternity on next Monday. Got some videos coming up that are pretty cool this weekend, or this week. And then the perfumer or owner, but I think he's both, of Day 3 Fragrances will be on my channel in the next couple weeks as well, once I get that scheduled. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.